If what I'm seeing today is in any way indicative of where this election and everything's going, this is going to be the most fantastic thing anybody's ever seen. This is tough doing what I do because I've got to know where to look. And I've got to know whom to listen to. And that means not sitting back and listening to Fox News, but listening to a lot of other people collectively. And I am telling you, the Democrats are looking around and they're saying, what are we doing? This thing the other day that she did, this announcement of whatever, there was like 200 people showed up. Trump was in Wilkes-Barre, PA today. It was, you couldn't, I mean, it looked like a George Strait concert or something. There's no momentum. There's no momentum. Mrs. L and I were tooling about today in right around the Jersey area. We happened to be around, some nicer places. We saw a couple of Harris signs. Have you seen the Harris sign? Have you seen these? They're the most god-awful, boring thing I've ever seen in my life. You remember Hillary? She had a little H with a arrow or something. It's kind of interesting. This was like block letters. It was horrible. No red, white, and blue. No. If you blinked, you'd miss it. There's just no. I'm listening to this. Now, I don't want to sound like Megyn Kelly. Who in the hell is Megyn Kelly? I'm not feeling. Okay, fine. She's entitled to her opinion. Same thing with Candace Owens, who's so desperately trying to establish something. I don't know what, but she is. But we're seeing something here that is so phenomenally incredible. And Monday, it is going to be such a shite show in, oh my God, in Chicago. Are you seeing what they're planning? Are you seeing they want to cancel the DNC? Wait until you see this. Wait until you see what happens, and specifically, wait until you see what happens with this moron. Their Brandon Johnson, their mayor. Oh, good God. He's not going to do anything to stop this. It's going to be an absolute cacophony of horror. They're boarding everything up. Our friend Brad Oplin's been sending stuff. He's there. They're ready for. I mean, I don't want to sit there. I don't want to say I want there to be disaster, but I want to be just like old Tampon Timmy's wife, and I want people to open the door, open the windows, and smell the burning tires, smell Chi-Town on fire as these young people just express themselves, the feel of liberty and the impoverished and the disenfranchised to let the steam just to, you know what I'm saying? I've got a lot to say. Get ready, my friends. This is so good. This is really good. What I think is going to happen is like nothing you've ever seen. But first, my friends, this importantly critical message from this important and critically sapient and sagacious sponsor. There's a revolution happening right now above our heads. It's about to make silver more precious than ever. The sun's power is taking over the world. It's growing so fast, it'll be the biggest source of electricity by the 2030s. Solar. Now, here's the kicker. Every single solar panel needs silver to work. We're talking about a silver paste web in every panel, turning sunlight into power. Smart investors are already making their move, and that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. With a silver IRA, you can surf this incredible wave of growth. It doesn't matter who sits in the White House or what Wall Street does. Solar power is unstoppable, and silver is its secret weapon. As the world goes green, your retirement could be going sterling silver. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers in 2024. Visit LionelNationGold.com. You may get up to 10 free brand new 1-ounce silver Trump coins. Listen to that. Or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with every qualifying IRA. That's LionelNationGold.com. Remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. It is important for everyone to understand, and these people are really understanding, that Kamala has no idea what she's saying. Kamala has no idea of what she's talking about. Now she's talking about a bag of Doritos is her guilty pleasure. She's trying her best to explain her. Now she's she has no clue. By the way, did you see this event the other day? Was it Friday when she did her economic plan? There were about 250 people there. Did you see it? There was nobody there. And when they can't get people there, that's serious because they pay these people. Did you happen to see the Trump Trump event? Did you see this? Check this baby out. Just get an idea.
We want Trump! 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 We want Trump!
Look at that. She has never had that, nor has Biden. If you took all of them and added them up. And this event, this Saturday, this event Saturday, good God. It's not Monday. What am I saying? I can't believe this. This is so wonderful. Right now, she's talking about, this is the most incredible thing. Everybody's breaking down what she said. She said she wanted to build 3 million new homes in 4 years if she were elected. But she and Pops barely managed to build 8 charging stations, EV charging stations, in 2.5 years. Think about that one. When she was in Raleigh, listen to what she said. I've got her quote. Quote, she says, "There's a serious housing shortage in many places." Really? A housing shortage? You mean houses or certain houses for certain people? It's too difficult to build and it's driving prices up. It's difficult to build? As president, I will work in partnership with industry to build the housing. I will work in partnership. What does that mean? We need both to rent and to buy. We will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels. What barriers? What red tape? What? You mean like income? Like what? Credit? And by the end of my first term, she says, we will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. 3 million. Now, she didn't explain, and I've been reading today about this, and this is from CNN and everybody else. She didn't explain how these new homes were exactly, how they were to be built in this high interest rate environment that we live in. She also had no idea, didn't explain anything about whether she meant 3 million units in addition to those that would already have been built, or 3 million units total. That's nearly 1.5 million homes were built in the U.S. in 2023. Okay, so 3 million over 4 years would actually mean construction had slowed down by 50%. I mean, does she mean 3 million additional homes? 750,000 per year. I mean, they say this would exceed the pace of the housing boom post World War II. But this is the same group who tried or were trying to build EV charging stations. Just a charging station, not a house. They were going to build a charging station that they promised to build under this infrastructure bill of 2021. Remember that? Everybody calls it infrastructure at a cost of $7.5 billion. And the goal was 500,000. Okay. 2.5 years later, as of May of this year, guess how many EV stations have been built? 8. $7.5 billion. 8. And the situation is worse than anybody could even imagine. This one I didn't know about. They promised to build new broadband internet connections and hookup. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr told Breitbart that this article I read said that despite $42.5 billion in the infrastructure bill for broadband, guess how many Americans were connected to the internet? Guess. None. No one. Zip. And she was supposedly in charge of the project. Now, her people are saying, what do we do when people want to find out what the hell she's doing? What do we say? Joy? She opens up a bag of Doritos? This is the greatest news ever. This is fantastic. JB said, bro, literally, Marxist terminology. Bro, literally. What is with you and this fanaticism about Marxism? It's not Marxism. It never has been. And nothing about class structure. Nothing. Never. Our good friend Norma Lute says, why didn't she and Joe do this? That's the question. Norma, brilliant. Yes. Why start now? Why? I don't understand it. You're so correct. Well, they got the money. This was it was allocated. Kevin says she has no clue about the limits of federal powers. No, Kevin, she has no clue about anything. She just, you hand her a thing. She doesn't know what she's doing. Watch this one.
I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal.
There's no idea what else you're talking about.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Rocky, you hear that, Pennsylvania?
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
Buyback?
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that.
But would you support changing the dietary guidelines?
Sure.
Yes. You know, the food term. What would you
Yes. Yes.
to reduce red meat specifically?
Yes, I would.
Right.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
This whole movement is about rightly saying we need to take a look at these budgets.
Okay, get ready.
Harris asserted that ISIS perceived as the modern-day Ku Klux Klan.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
I see no.
Are you aware that there's a
that
perception?
puts ICE in the same category as the KKK? Is that what you're asking me? I see no parallel.
I'm not finished.
I see none.
And yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing.
Not a clue. Not a freaking clue as to what she's talking about. And the Democrats are realizing, holy, okay? Andrew Hessing says, Kamala said the stupidest yet. She's going up against a builder and someone who knows about financing, the debate will be a bloodbath, bro. Literally. Well, not literally. Oh, it's just incredible. Bro. You got me. I love the bro thing. I mean, I love it. Have you seen her daughter or stepdaughter? Have you seen this thing? Whatever this thing is? Did you hear where they have to have all these pronouns? Did you see where everybody in the Kamala group, all of the staff, they have to have, ready for this? They have to have all the vaccines updated? No, still. It's the most incredible thing anybody's ever seen. The Washington Post, they don't know what the hell she's talking about. The Washington Post board absolutely destroyed Kamala. Yesterday, they had an editorial piece. It said that Harris, quote, squandered the opportunity to announce a substantial plan to the American public. Let me read, quote, Americans are clearly still anxious and angry about the high cost of groceries, housing, or even $5.29 Big Mac. While the inflation rate has cooled substantially since the 2022 peak, an ostensible Biden-Harris administration accomplishment, prices remain elevated relative to the Trump years. This is just incredible. Let me just read this. This is the Washington Post. You understand this? So it's a real political issue for Harris. One way to handle it might be to level with voters, telling them that inflation spiked in 2021, mainly because the pandemic snarled supply chains and that the Federal Reserve's policies, which the Biden-Harris administration supported, are working to slow it. The vice president instead opted for a less forthright route, blaming big business. She vowed to go after price gouging by grocery stores, landlords, pharmaceutical companies, and other supposed corporate perpetrators by having the FTC enforce a vaguely defined federal ban on price gouging. Bro, literally, what the is price gouging? What does that mean? Everybody, CNN, Washington Post, this is the greatest thing. This was her. 250 people showed up, and they're like this. She called it price gauging because she's reading. She doesn't know what the hell she's saying. The piece from the Washington Post came after Kamala vowed and swore to build 3 million new homes over the course of 4 years and go after companies for price gouging and give families a $6,000 child tax credit. Now, while the Washington Post noted that Harris's her housing plan was built on a slightly firmer foundation, it noted that she had placed her finger on the problem with the housing affordability problem, which was having an insufficient supply. And she just, you know, she has no idea what's happening. Okay, let me tell you what also was terrific. These other stories. Are you digging this? Are you following this? I think you are. JTE says, bro, Jacobins, I would have you define Bolshevism for me, then tell me this isn't Marxist-Leninism. It's not. And you know that. It's not. It's not. This is not an economic program. This is not anything. This is welfare state. Again, I'm going to say this. This has absolutely nothing to do with the government coming in and controlling supply and demand. Controlling everything, buying up industry. No, it's nothing to do with class warfare. This is just paying money. This is also getting a bunch of people to get the Fed to raid the Treasury. This is welfare. This is not, believe me, you embarrass yourself. Not you, mind you, but if you say this is socialism, it's not even close. Not even in the same, it doesn't even follow any of the tenets. This is not socialism. This is not Marxism. It's certainly not communism. There has never been a communist country. Now, when you say that to people, the socialists and the communists and the Marxians say, I understand what you mean, because that's an ideal. But to people, they think that communism is kind of like it's just a slam. We're not going to go through this again. Bro, literally, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. It's not communism. It's bad. It's not communism. A heart attack is not cancer. They're both very serious, both very different. Okay? Good. Mel says, have you reviewed the Higgins report? Loads of shaddiness going on. I have not as yet, sir, but I will, and I thank you for your recommendation. Let us move on. I want you to read this one. Oh my God, they are having so much fun. As we speak, hundreds of extra law enforcement are heading into Chicago for the DNC as city officials beef up security due to safety concerns. Now, wait a minute. I don't understand something. Do you defund the police? What are you doing? An estimated 50,000 people are planning to attend the convention, along with thousands of protesters. I don't want there to be any problems at all. Not at all. I don't want there to be anything. I don't want anybody hurt. I hope that the Democrats realize that they need to maintain law and order. But in the event they don't, in the event they are overwhelmed because the protests, what everybody's saying, the Palestinian protests are going to overwhelm these folks. Police Superintendent Larry Snelling said, our plan is to make sure we keep everything within the city safe. We want this to be successful. Well, that's good. Businesses have already started boarding up storefronts due to anticipated violence. We know how that is. Why are you boarding up storefronts? Well, you know. People, one fellow said, as you know, the city has a poor track record when it comes to protecting businesses. We felt it was prudent to board up since our customers and their employees have told them they are going to stay home during the convention for their own safety. People are going to be there. Days after the city was selected as the site for the 2024 convention in April 2023, massive groups of teenagers took to the streets to rob and fight and shoot for days. Did you see that? Did you see this? Check out this on Twitter or X. It's called Raws Alerts. RAWS Alerts. You should see it, bro. Literally. It was complete chaos. Absolute chaos. Police response, moving in, taking a downtown, large groups of teenagers causing chaos for no particular reason, smashing car windows, fights, robbing people using mace, reports of multiple gunshots. 3 teens had been shot while attempting to break into the Art Institute of Chicago. Okay? Let me read you what the mayor, Brandon Johnson, wrote. No, in fact, he was mayor-elect, excuse me. Let me tell you what he wrote. You're going to love this. This was his response. In no way, he writes, do I condone the destructive activity we saw in the Loop and Lakefront this weekend. It is unacceptable and there's no place in our city. However, I smell a butt. However, it is not constructive to demonize youth who have otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own communities. He wrote, further, our city must work together to create spaces for youth to gather safely and responsibly under adult guidance and supervision, to ensure that every part of our city remains welcome for both residents and visitors. This is one aspect of my comprehensive approach to improve public safety and make Chicago livable. Don't demonize youth. We have to give them spaces so they can meet and gather safely and rap, have fun, play Parcheesi, maybe a nice board game. Isn't that wonderful? China did achieve communism, literally, bro. No, they didn't, because as you know, it is unattainable. You do know, JTE, that the term communism, again, you're forcing my hand on this one. You don't know about this. Communism is an ideal, the perfection that is sought. You go from capitalism through socialism, and then if you're lucky, maybe you even, it's like the speed of light. You can approximate it, but you'll probably never get it. JT, I love you, bro. Literally, stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane, okay? Don't color outside the lines. Stay in your own lane on this one. Bro, there's Frank. Son of a... Frank, bro. Frank's our bro. Frank's been our bro since day one. Clapton says, bro, can we still call it communism? You may call it whatever you want. I think that's good. I think that's absolutely good. This is something we cannot see. You don't understand this. While this displacement and horror is going through, you're saying things like, what is it, communism? Is it communism? Do you call this? Call it communism? What are you talking about? Look what's happening. What would you call this? Manslaughter or murder? He's dead. Well, I don't know, but wouldn't that be heat of passion? Bro, literally, what are you talking about? Understand what it's just incredible. This is going to be 1968 all over again. Redux, baby. Oh, you love this one. You see where Kamala's stepdaughter, have you seen this? Nah. That's all I'm going to say. Nah. How do you spell that? Nah. Ella Emhoff, she's an activist, stepdaughter of Kamala, has been pushing ketamine for people dealing with chronic pain. She pushes ketamine, shorter work days, and pain management. Some kind of a rant. I don't know what the hell She says, I was born with a tethered spine, which caused my back to not properly lengthen when I was growing and caused a kyphosis or hunchback, she writes. With her face covered in Hello Kitty stickers, she wrote to her 345,000 followers. Okay, that's terrific. That's good. She's, that's terrific. Wonderful. That's very good. Some other good stuff. I want to show you something. Oh. This is incredible also. You know who was just absolutely so bad? Jonathan Capehart. Jonathan Capehart, give it up. What is the purpose of this? What is your gig? What is your gig? I don't understand it. This is the most... I'm not even going to bring it up. Nothing has changed. And these people are wondering, why are these shows dying? Because I don't understand why. Give us facts and truth and history, and not the same hacks repeatedly over and over, bro. Literally, bro. Literally. Okay, let me see this. Some supporters. Oh, here we go. This really got me. You got to see this Wilkes-Barre Saturday rally. 8,000 seats. Mohegan Sun is reported to have 8,000 seats and the capacity of roughly 10,000. It was packed. There was no room. The Mohegan Sun, 10,000 standing, 8,000 seated. You couldn't. These people got there on their own. You didn't have to scare them or pay them. They were coming out of their mind. Just watch this. Dude, bro, literally, I'm trying to explain this to you. You can't win an election with 80 days to go when Kamala's walking around talking about how she likes Doritos or how she's not, think about it. She's not laughing anymore. She's not herself. Have you noticed people are saying, hey, I kind of liked her. Well, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. It's the most incredible thing anywhere. And Trump is going after her like you can't believe. He's going to nuke her. I mean, this is incredible. As people have noticed, as of Friday, Kamala had not held an unscripted interview with the press in 26 days. And while she attempted to outline these economic policies during the North Carolina speech, she didn't take any questions. So Trump says, quote, she has been prohibited from laughing. It's just true. I've said that. She used to do an interview. She'd go, ha, ha, ha. Who the hell laughs at an interview like that? You know, I'm interviewed all the time. I may smile. I'm either asking you questions or things. It's not like a comedy club. He says, this woman is nuts. He says, look, people say, be nice. Have you heard her laugh? That's the laugh of a crazy person. That's the laugh of a lunatic. They prohibited her from laughing. I've been waiting for her to laugh because as soon as she laughs, the election's over. Do you see what he does? He says it perfectly. He's right. He's right, bro, literally. Andrew Hessing, oh, Jesus. I wish for one act of, Sabo at the DNC, shut off Kamala's prompter during her big speech. Hilarious, literally, bro. You know, remember years ago when they did that to, they didn't do it to, but Bill Clinton had the teleprompter shut off and he kept going. Bro, frozen valor, literally. Thank you, Andy. Andy Armour, everybody. JTE says, look, I have the receipts. You have them too. Let's spill some tea. Tea time for Mr. L. Okay, it's time the USSR, whatever. It's new, makeup, whatever. See you at tea time. Tea talking, bro. I love this guy. Bruh. Don't have to win. You steal, you... Don't have to win when you steal, you miss my chat. I don't know what that means. Don't have to win. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Doesn't the communism idea go hand in hand with the industrial worker system? No. Stop communism. Just stop talking about it. It's not communism. It's not. You said that, Dobbs. I like that. I don't know what. Sometimes, and I love you, but sometimes these messages, these chats, which I appreciate immensely, obviously, I don't know what you're talking about. They're becoming more and more arcane, more and more recognized, more and more, dare I say, bro, they're becoming more and more, what's the word? I don't know. They're becoming more and more cryptic, dare I say. And I'm going to say it. They're becoming a tad cryptic. I don't know exactly what they mean. But now, the title of today's piece, and this is so critical. May I ask something? And I've never asked this before, but I'm going to try my best. Do we have any black brothers and sisters in the audience? Do we have anyone here? I never ask you anything about what your race is. I don't really care about that. But I may ask you where you're from, but I'm just curious. I'd like to know. Is there anybody here who is awash in the beauty and the grandeur of negritude? Is that okay? Can I say that? Do we have anybody here who I meant to love you? I love this guy, JT. Because you, black bros and brus, literally are being ignored. Where is Katt Williams? Where is Chappelle? Now's the time to really, they're been told, don't think about it. Are they okay? Can you imagine? Can you just imagine if these folks were to come out of the woodwork and just speak and just say, this is ridiculous. You're black? You represent us? What are you talking about? By what stretch of the imagination do you share any idea of blackness that we have? What is it? When have you ever, you lived in Canada. You don't know what you're talking about. Don't even dare to put yourself in our shoes and stop with this placating, this horror, this black all of a sudden, hey girl, I know that's right. Stop it. Stop it. It's demeaning. You're mocking us. Do you go to your favorite illegals again? Listen to me. Everything okay. We're going to win. Que mala. Y Timmy tampon everything. Okay. Alabado sea Dios. Para ir a pasarado puedo caminando. Hey. They would scream at you. Appropriation. You're mocking. You're just Katt Williams. Where are you? Stand up. You've got dormouse nads like F. Lee Bailey. Remember what F. Lee Bailey did? Remember during the OJ case? Do you remember when during that moment when OJ tried on the glove? Do you know what precipitated that? You don't, do you? Do you remember this? I do very well. JTE says, que Mala's dad owned slaves. She owes reparations. Well, I don't think her father owned slaves, but maybe perhaps in his lineage. I think we haven't had slave owning in, well, a couple hundred years. I don't think it was. Though, Sub-Saharan goes on right now. You know where the slavery is? Human trafficking, children, women, labor, as we speak, indentured servitude, debt slavery, debt bondage goes on right this moment. She's not going to talk about that. She's not at all. But during the course of OJ, F. Lee Bailey went over to Christopher Darden and says, you've got the balls of a field mouse or a dormouse. I forget, field mouse. You've got the balls of a field mouse. If you don't make O.J. Simpson try on those gloves. Now, everybody said, okay, do it, but don't do it in front of the jury. Have the jury out and have him try them on. No, numbnuts, Christopher Darden, who was Marcia Clark at the time, he says, yeah, try him on. And that's when OJ did that. Well, this is what we're talking about right now. We need somebody somewhere to have some guts and just speak the truth. And let me tell you something. I cannot wait for Monday, for the disaster. Wait until you want to see something. You want to see something? Do you know how big this movement is? Whether you like it or not, whether you are for it or against it, whether you're a Zionist, Israeli, Palestinian, whatever it is, wait until you see it. And if you see kids standing up for what they call human rights, now provided, of course, they're not doing anything violent, and you see some Chicago cop cracking their heads open like they did in 68 for speaking their mind at the, wait a minute, wait for it, the Democratic National Convention, the Democratic National Convention. You've got to be kidding me. Frank says, I am black based on the one drop theory. Keep censoring certain words. Frank, I'm with you, bruh. Literally. Certain words, I don't get it. Trump only president they couldn't trace to slaves. Well, you know, I think one of the things that we should remember about the slaves bit is simply this. And this is, I think, very, very critical. Let us not confuse what is going on. What do I mean by that? Well, Kamala says to be unaffected by what was, or whatever the particular phrase is. So does that mean that reparations is off the plate? What up, cuz? Oh God, wait! I can't read this. Are you kidding? They'll figuratively hang me if I say that. I will be pilloried if I say that. Where are the black folks? Where are the Chappelles? Did you hear about this? They had a list of all of these prominent black. I'm not, this is redundant enough, but rap stars who were coming out of the woodwork saying this is ridiculous. Where is it? Maybe I can find these names. Oh, here we go. Rappers. Now, I'm sure you know about this. Kodak Black. Frank, I know you about that. Kodak Black. Fivio. Or is it Fivio? I don't know. Foreign release pro-Trump anthem on Bo 47 RD. Featuring Donald Trump. Did you see this one? Grammy-nominated rapper Kodak Black and platinum-selling rapper Fivio Foreign have released their new track on BOA 47RD, a pro-Trump anthem that samples the voice of none other than President Donald Trump. The title references Trump's bid to become the 47th president has quickly gone viral since it was released. And this is so good. Somebody says, prominent black rappers, I ain't even seen this many black people free during the Obama days. Just released a song. I'm trying to read this. They done JFK'd my demon, slang referring to Trump. Now, bro, not breathing. Life too short, so I tell you I love you. I mean it. I'll be honest, my translator almost had a brain shutdown trying to translate the lyrics. I don't care. I think it's beautiful. Then there's Monique and others as well. I love this. This is the most important thing in the world. Where are the black intelligentsia? Where are they? I don't understand this. If ever you were going, how do we say this? They will find, and people will find certainly, that everybody, and I mean everybody, honestly, Well, but you know when I say this, it sounds so gratuitous, but I'll try my best anyway. You see that clip when they asked Gaimala who her favorite, current rapper was, and she said Tupac. He died in '96, and then couldn't name another one. There are too many. I know. I couldn't believe that. Couldn't believe it. And Lil Wayne and 21 Savage and let me say something. There is absolute in this country, so help me God. If there's a problem with black folks, it's between black folks and the cops, or perceived between black folks and the cops. Perceived. I promise you, Americans don't care about black folks, about gay folks. Everybody wants to be by themselves. They have their own friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Black folks have mostly black friends. Koreans have mostly Korean friends. Nothing special here. There is absolutely no... I mean, birds of a feather. If I have to explain this to people, I don't know what. I don't know what to tell you. There is no black problem. There is no racism. The only racism is that when Michael Eric or Eric Michael Dyson, whatever this BS spewer comes up with, that's all they want. They love it. They're racial arsonists. They're poverty pimps. They live by this. They want to constantly, always point out it's, and they're saying, okay, all right, I guess there's a problem. Where are they? Katt Williams, when he was on Club Shay Shay, that was the most incredible thing. Oh man, I would love to have Katt and his friends one day. I'd love to say, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what happened on a certain day. It was the 11th day of the 9th month, 23 years ago. And I want to show you some things which you might have missed. I will have these people freaking out over what was done right in front of them. And they want this. America yearns for this. They want to know everything that governments do and the dark forces of government and people behind the scene. Every one of you listening to me right now knows that what you see right now in the government, that's not real. Washington's a Potemkin village. Washington is just make-believe. Washington doesn't have anything to do with reality. Washington is a lie. The American dream is a lie. Representative government is a lie. You know it and I know it. I'm not going to, I don't want to, I don't want to shock you, but it's true. Everything is a lie. It is everything you've been told your entire life is a lie. Everything. No matter what it is. By the way, here's this link to my new video, which is out, which kind of goes through this. Does it bother you when I tell you everything's a lie? I have absolutely no problem with this whatsoever. Everything is a lie. The government has no business telling you the truth. Never. And you know who the government is? The government are these people, these clowns on TV. Do you think this idiot? Well, let me tell you something. A couple of things. Before I forget. President Trump. Johnny Maz the Spaz is back. Johnny says, I know you like to talk about AI. I saw the movie Alien. A character from the 1979 movie was brought back to life, looked, spoke, and acted realistic, eerie. It is beyond anything. Did you see the supposed UFO? Johnny Maz and whatever? I don't bring that up. There's two things you folks don't like. AI talk and UFOs. You don't like it. I've learned this a long time ago. You don't like it, but you love talking communism. Oh my God. You love it. You love it. Is that communism? It's a Big Mac. Okay. Is that communism? No, it's Ozzie and Harriet. What is with you? There is something that occurred right before you, supposedly, that people are saying, hey, what's that? And I gave up a long time ago. America has no interest at all in UFO. They're not interested. It's like, whatever. They don't even understand what this means. Dear God. Do you know what this means? It's been here the whole time. But by virtue of the way, it's the number one, Stanton Friedman said, it's the Watergate of our time. It's the number one best kept secret. You know that, right? Andrew even says, why do you ain't going to keep me down, blood? Chang-a-lang. Thank you. You know you sound like Barbara Billings or Billingsley, or was it Billing? In airport. She goes, I speak blood, bro. Blood. All right. So UFO, Dom, our good friend Dom Luker, was showing pictures of it. Other people as well. America's not interested in that. Why is that? I don't know. It's probably a drone or something. No interest. It's the damnedest thing. Don't you think that's it? Well, not really. But there it is. Yeah. I'll never understand it. That blows my mind. They're actually saying, we showed up and nobody seems to care. I know they don't care. I don't know why. They did the old days. They did then. It was a big deal then. But now they just don't care. Americans don't care about anything. And AI, forget it. Oh, forget it. It's a waste of time. They think it's robots or something. They're not interested. None. That's why when I hear, do you think Americans are going to ever riot in the street? Hell no. Why? Americans don't care about anything. That's why I'm saying there's no racism. America doesn't care. That should be our motto. America, we don't care. And half of the people who have those yards, people, they don't give a damn about Kamala Harris. Please do me a favor, bro. Literally, try to get a see. I don't know if these were like the initial first, printing of this. I couldn't believe how bad they were. It was like somebody made them on their own. Black background. Was it a black background? White letters. Harris Walls. Yeah, navy blue with Harris on it and black. It was the worst. It was the worst. If you sat down with Barry Obama and you can ask him any questions, please no birth certificate, but please let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Anything else? What would you ask him? 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 Anybody? Charlie Calais, our good friend, said UFO changes the paradigm. Doesn't scary. Okay. Well, Charlie, one of the issues is simply this. If there are people and entities from other planets or places, do they have original sin? Must they accept Jesus Christ, according to Christianity, as their personal savior to gain redemption, to gain everlasting life? Do they? Or do they say to you, who's Jesus Christ? Well, that's our savior. That was on your planet. It's not on ours. Yeah, but you're a part of this. Oh, no, we're not. No, you've got the problem with God, not us. You've got the original sin. You've got the Adam and Eve thing. You've got the mark of Cain. No. That's you. We're going straight to heaven. We don't have a problem. You got the problem. How will that make you feel? Hey, Joel Osteen, those people, they don't have to pray. Your job, there are no preachers and evangelical. There's no baptism. Everybody on the planet is presumed saved. They don't have any original sin. Do you know what that would do? Do you have any idea? I don't think so. Do you explain that one? Hey, Jesus, what? You only went to one planet? One? Then? This is my favorite. I know people get upset when you hear it, but I don't know why you can't ask the question. That's what I want to know. You went there? Yep, one planet, that one, unless there were multiple iterations of Jesus at different times. I went to Zeta Reticuli in the year 500, a long time ago. What would be relative to year 500? It was different then. That's a binary star system, about 30 light years away. Very, very reachable, by the way. Very, very reachable. Doesn't that make you wonder? I've got friends of mine who claim to be, they're God and they're Christian. I said, that's fantastic. I said, let me ask you a question. What are you talking about? I said, well, if there are other, and the Vatican, I know that's Catholic and you're not, but the Vatican said there was nothing at all in any way not inconsistent with believing in UFOs or extraterrestrial biological entities, EBEs, as being almost like angels. And they might not be subject to, and probably aren't, original sin. Do you know what that means? And don't ask question. No, I want to ask the question. This is the only planet there are, you can't even do the numbers, trillions of planets and trillions of stars and trillions of galaxies and there might be parallel. I can't even, the numbers don't even, they don't even, they're so huge. They don't even. I mean, imagine a void. Imagine something so vast. You could literally, bro, travel at or near the speed of light, going straight and never bump into anything. Never. Forever. It blows my mind. And there's no interest. People are like, oh, okay. Charlie says, their story may not be related to our story. Their story may include sin or not under different terms, or no sin at all. Or no sin at all. Or, Charlie, I'm not even going to tell you the other example. The $1 million question, I'm not going to ask because I don't think you want to hear this one. I don't think people even remotely want to hear this one. But what if you had someone from some other place? Don't forget, Zeta Reticuli is a binary star system. It's about 30 light years away. And the closer you go to the speed of light, the more the time contracts. So it may not seem, it won't seem 30 years to you. I mean, assuming you can get that fast. You can't because the mass, your mass would be infinite. So anyway, but the idea is that the faster you go, all right, whatever. But what if you went there and you could talk to them and they say, we don't have anything even remotely called belief in, no, it's here and now. We don't have that. We've never heard of that. I mean, we heard of it, but we don't have that. Wait a minute. You don't have religions? No. None? No. We've got Christianity, we got Judaism, we got Islam, we got other variations. You don't have any religion? None. You don't believe in a God? What's God? The creator of everything? No. I mean, what do you want us to do? Don't you pay homage to this? No. What are you talking about? What's God? Oh my God. Your mind isn't blown by that? Your mind isn't blown? You seriously, literally, bro, literally. You don't sit there and say, oh my God, he's right. What would that be like? Wait a minute. If they don't have God, what the hell are we doing? Oh, I don't want to think that. I don't want to go there with that. No. Because remember, you wouldn't need faith if you had proof. That's a different story. See, that's one of these things where we never teach kids from an early age how to think about this. They don't. We don't like to do this. We don't like to do it. We are constantly told in this country, don't say that, don't think that, don't ask that. What do you think about the fact that I told you that on Kamala's staff, they got to have all their COVID vaccines? Are they still doing that? Are they still even doing that? That's what I read. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't, it's just, what are we, and nobody ever, going back to Kamala, what makes a black person? Don't ask that question. I want to ask that question. Here's a white guy. Here's a white gal. They have a baby. And guess what? It looks white, I guess. What do you call that baby? White. Okay. Black baby. Black woman. Black man has a baby. Black child. What do you call that? Okay. Tiger Woods. Okay, stop. Cablinasian. Vietnamese or Thai or whatever the hell she is. He's this, he's that. What does this mean? Barack Obama, mother's white, father's black, this and that. Kamala's Indian and this and that. What does this black mean anyway? What does this mean? Why are we even talking about this? Do you not understand that it doesn't even have I don't know what the word is. It doesn't have a meaning anymore. It only has a meaning for Eric Michael Dyson, whatever his name is. Come on, bro. We're still talking about it in the year 2024. Imagine explaining that to somebody from another planet. Oh, yeah, we talk about that all the time. Who's white? Are you black? You're mixed race. What does that mean? Oh, you're mixed race. And if you have one identifiable contingent to your ancestry that is black father and mother, you're called black. The white is eliminated altogether. The white is eliminated altogether. Do any of you folks remember this? Do you remember this? Did you ever have that stuff? Maybe they have it anymore. But when you, in the old days, when you had acne, remember that? Like when I turned, I don't know what it was, like 13 or something, like one summer, boom, I got acne and it went away. My parents took me to this doctor, Dr. Weissman or Wiseman. And this guy just said, we're going to stop it. You're not going to have acne. Oh my God. And he gave me this stuff. And it was in a little jar. And you had this little dropper with pigment in it. And you dropped it and you stirred it and you went like that. No? Need more? Yeah. Only do it a drop at a time. Don't do more, because once you change it, you can't go back. And it costs a lot of money. So you would do one drop, stir it, and go like that and say, nope. And you wanted to say, you know what, I'm going to screw this. I'm going to do like 3 drops, 4 drops. Oh, good. See, I'm not even close. Oh, 5 drops, 6 drops. And then you were going like this. Well, invariably, I went too far. And my father at the time, my parents said, we told you not to do it. So you're going to wear that. And I had this color on. I look like a pirate, or I look like somebody from like a bad scene. I don't know what it was. Mad scene. Mama swung pretty good. And I looked like I was Michael and Sarah. Remember when they would take Indians? They would take like Italian people like Iron Eyes Cody, the Sicilian, Chief J. Strongbow, Joe Scarpa. They make these Sicilians into Indians, but they would paint them like red. Jeff Chandler, red, with this red, not red, but it was like this weird makeup. That's what I look like with this stuff for the acne. I'm thinking this causes more of it. Nobody cared about my acting. I'm walking around. I look like in some bad theater review. Remember bad theater in high school when they would have this terrible makeup? It was awful. Anyway, that's race. That's it. It's putting drops into a thing. And we talk about it all the time, and nobody cares about it. Oh, there's some features here and there every now and then, well, whatever. And it's the year 2024, and we're still talking about that because there's something wrong with this. I mean, seriously. And the best part about it is that here on planet Earth, we don't give a damn about it. We really don't. Is there any one of you, let me ask you a question. Is there any one of you who would truly object if your son or daughter came home and said, Mom, Dad, I've married somebody and they're not of my race? What would you do? Let me answer for you. Nothing. Nothing. You'd say, okay. We don't care. Where is racism? I'm dead serious. Answer me, bro. Literally answer me. Where is it? Where is it? Where is this racism? Show me where it is. Don't tell me that because a lot of people are treated differently because of class, because of poor, because of poverty, not because of their race. It's not because black people over there, white people over there. No. Mad Peace has it. Mad Peace says, just for a couple of seconds, let's forget about these idiots and give these few dollars to Mrs. L so she can continue saving the children. She always gets my vote for that more than worthy cause. Thank you. For that more than worthy cause. Yes, thank you. By the way, tonight at 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 p.m., she's doing a live one. I'm going to be in the corner just working the buttons. I'm not going to be involved with this. Just working the buttons. She doesn't like working the buttons. She likes, I told her I'll work the buttons. But Lynn's Warriors, 9 p.m. She's going to be doing a live one. I got to tell you this much. We had a day today. Went to our favorite store. I love it, of course. It's Costco. And she gets a look on her face. It's overwhelming. It's bro, literally overwhelming. And the people in Costco, how much water do they buy? Have you any Costco fans? I don't know about Sam's Club or anything like that. I'm sure they're just as good or whatever it is, but my God. And they have these people selling these little things. They got the little, and they had corn dogs. Well, I pass on that, but they have this little paper cup like you would put like a tooth in when you went to the dentist, that little paper cup. And I said, what the hell is this? They would cut it and shave it too. Anyway, the whole Costco experience blows my mind. Absolutely. I don't know if you're into that at all. I just think to myself, we are in the richest country in the world. What economy? They're packed. The liquor. They love water and toilet paper. Go to all the stores, packed. Restaurants, packed. People are, the economy. Things may be, according to Gamala, things may be worse or more, whatever. But let me tell you something. You go to the mall, look around and ask yourself this question. Are they carrying bags? Are they buying anything? No. But if you want to see something, you want to see expendable income, go to a cheesecake factory. Holy God. Packed. Got to wait in line. We are the luckiest people in the world. For as bad as it is, and I'm looking around and I'm saying, you talk about ecumenical, black folks, white folks, it's not cheap. Let me tell you something. You show up with a family of 10, that's a lot of coin you got to cough up. There is more. We are more liquid in this country than we would ever imagine. Just living our lives and doing ourselves. People aren't buying houses and all that stuff. We are the luckiest people in the world. And we're not going to let Gamala screw that up. You've got to do everything in your power. I know you're registered to vote. But I'm telling you, if you think she's going to continue fooling people, you're out of your mind. All right, I've said enough. I've said enough. I know when I've said enough. I've said enough. I got it. Mad Peace, thank you. Charlie Calais, thank you, my friends. Andrew Hessing, Johnny Maz, the Spaz, we love you. JTE, Soul 76, JTB Frank, we just call him Frank. He goes by Frank. We thank you for that. Evan Webb, Andrew, Andy, JTE, I think I said that one. Andy Amer, Clapton, Mel, thank you. Kevin, Norma Lutz or Lutz. There's a place outside of Tampa called Lutz, Lutz. Lutz could be it. Just don't say Luntz, as in Frank the Toop Luntz, who absolutely makes me sick. You know who I saw? Oh, look at this. Ever been to an IKEA? Packed. You know I never have. Have you been to an IKEA? I've never been to an IKEA. There's one off of Route 3. No, excuse me, off of the Turnpike, right across from a Newark airport. And to get to it, it's like weird. They have to do like a service road. It's in the back. I've never been to one of those. I've never been. There's certain places like Home Depot is I love to go there because I don't want to buy it. I just like all this stuff that's there. I love all this stuff. In any event, that's what we did today. That was our fun. Oh, we also have something called Stu Leonard's. Stu Leonard's is real. It's out of Connecticut. And it was a kind of a local one. And then like Paul Newman was a fair. All the Connecticut folks lived there. And then they went to Jersey. It's mostly Connecticut. But we went to one and it's kind of homespun. And they had fish tacos in the parking lot. And not the parking lot, but in front. And they have lobster rolls. And it's they had, how about Choco? Remember that? The color? It was the black. They had the white, the whatever. They had a name, and one of them, Choco, was for like chocolate. The dark one was called Choco. Remember that? We talked about it at Stu Leonard's. It was that. Remember that we said. Yes. Choco. I thought, can we say this? Didn't mean anything by it. But they've got this. It is, I'm telling you, Stu, Stew, Leonard. Very, very nice. They have corn there, which is my thing. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm telling you this. You know why? Because I love you and I want to bore you with my life. Because it's fascinating. Oh, I live quite the life. Oh, you have no idea. I go see my Muslim Ghana car guy, Baba, who just is the best. Love him. This is my life. Nothing but the best. And you know what? You couldn't take it. All right, my friends, I'm going to go now. Thank you for this. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors, but she'll be up at 9 o'clock. I'll be back doing that, pushing the buttons. And let me tell you something. Thank you. Now listen. Right or wrong, who's going to win? Tell me right now, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Come on. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Tell me. Let's hear it. Get off your ass and write it down. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Come on. Who's going to win? Tell me. Trump is right, Denise. That's right, Denise. Trump's going to win. That's right, Carville. Hillbilly. That's right. That's right. Burns, Leanne, you got it. Donna. Yes. I'm serious. There are days when I think, oh my God. But today I said, like, it's going to happen. Things can go wrong, but it's going to happen. All right, dear friends, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great and glorious day. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And don't forget, Mrs. L tonight, 9 p.m. at Lynn's Warriors. Sign up and be there. We'll continue wait till you hear her story about kids addicted to, oh God. I'd hate to have a kid right now. All right, dear friends, have a great day. Thank you so much. Love you. Don't forget, Lynn's Warriors, 9 a.m. Until then, remember, monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya.